Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a really exciting video. So we're going to be comparing two different brands of foundation and trialing them out and seeing which one is best. So we will be taking MAC as the first brand and then NYX Professional Makeup as the second brand and comparing these two foundations to see which one wins the best foundation for my personal skin. So I have oily combination skin, very oily through the T-zone and more combination to dry on the cheek area. So these two bad boys are going to be tested properly. I have been trialing them both out and seeing which one wears well on my skin, which one clings to dryness, doesn't hold through oiliness or shine, and I'm going to be giving you guys the inside goss on whether MAC is better with their Studio Fix Fluid or whether NYX is better with their Total Control Drop foundation. Alrighty, so let's get into all the goss about these two foundations and I can tell you guys which one worked better with my combination skin and whether they clung to the dryness, whether they stayed through the oiliness, if they're long lasting, just all of the little details that we want to know when it comes to a foundation. So out of the two here, this one here is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is a foundation that I have been trialing out, I would say for maybe the last 2 months actually. I've been wearing this on and off to see how it works with my different skin, whether I'm really oily, combination, drier, just a bit of everything. This used to be my personal favourite when I worked at MAC Cosmetics, so that is why I chose this one out of them. If it has changed, I'm sorry, but when I worked at MAC, it was the top selling foundation by far, other than the face and body foundation. So I thought it would be really good to trial out. So if this is your personal favourite, maybe there is an alternative that's a lot more affordable. So let's get into all of the details about the two. And I would love if you guys could please give me a big thumbs up for this video and also subscribe. I wasn't even going to speak English just then. Subscribe down below and click the little bell button. That would be amazing and I'd really appreciate it, guys. So getting on to the first foundation. This one here is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I'm actually wearing it on my face at the moment because I'm feeling very oily today. But in saying that, there is no shine whatsoever on my skin except for my highlight. As you can see, my skin is looking really pristine. I've been wearing this foundation for, I would say, a good 5 hours now, so there should be a little bit of shine coming through on my T-zone, which would normally happen by this point, but as you can see, it hasn't. So personally with this foundation, I feel like it's really great for combination oily skin. I personally wouldn't recommend it if you have drier skin because I do find that with this foundation it does cling to my dryness. So if I'm having a bit of a drier day, particularly on my cheek area, how I was saying that I get a bit drier there, it really does cling to that and it makes it look quite patchy and it can be a little bit heavier on that area. I do find that it does really suck out the moisture, which is a great thing for combination oily skin. But if you are someone that has drier skin, it may not be what you're looking for exactly. So with my one here, you can see it just has the lid, and then when you open it, it is the bottle. You can purchase pumps with these, which they do sell separately, so that's another thing that I would add into the foundation. You do have to purchase the foundation and then a pump with it. With the pumps, you can reuse them, but they generally recommend, well, MAC employees generally recommend every couple of bottles changing your pump just for sanitary reasons, and also sometimes they do break if you're a little bit more chucking around with it, which is me to a T. I'm so bad with my makeup, I just like hit it around and it doesn't like spill everywhere, but my makeup products are everywhere. I literally sometimes cannot find products for weeks at a time because I'm very messy with my makeup. But you do have to purchase a pump separately, which depending on how you feel could be annoying or you may not mind. Personally, I didn't mind because I found that it was a really great foundation. Definitely still one of my favorites. I really do like this foundation. Like I said, my skin is a bit more combination now. When it was my personal favorite and I used to wear it every day that I worked at MAC, I did find that it worked a lot better than what it does now. So as I said before, stick with it if you are combination oily, maybe not so much if you're drier, because it does really suck out the moisture. Medium buildable to full coverage as well, which is really great. Of course you can shear it out. I find that if I mix some of this with a moisturizer, I can wear it like a BB cream as well, which is really nice. So typically medium to full coverage, but you can definitely make it look a bit more fresh on the skin, and you can mix it with moisturizer to create that BB cream look. I will put a little bit on my hand so you guys can see. If I can get it. Hold on, I'm just opening up the bottle. So with the foundation, you can see there it is quite a decent coverage. It is a bit more of a thicker liquid. I wouldn't say it's a thin consistency at all, and you can definitely feel it while you wear it on the skin. A lot of foundations these days are trying to go the opposite way, but this is a die-hard favorite with MAC fans. People love it anyway, so I feel like they probably don't think that they have to change it. Yeah, you can see a lot of coverage, and that it was literally one little dot, so a lot goes, well, a little bit goes a long way, I should say. If I was going for a full coverage face with this foundation, typically I find that I maybe squeeze 2 full pumps onto my hand and then I put it on my brush that way. I find that with this foundation, maybe because it's a little bit thicker, when I use my brush or even a sponge sometimes, I'm definitely using brushes more than sponges at the moment though, I do find that my brush tends to suck it up and it gets stuck to the bristles a wee bit more, so I lose quite a bit of product. So maybe you want to put it straight onto the face, blend it out with your fingers, which you can do with this. Just make sure you wash your hands, guys. We don't want any blemishes from dirty hands. And then maybe use a beauty blender or a brush to brush it out, just so you don't waste as much product, because that was one issue that I was getting quite annoyed with, because it is a bit more of a pricey foundation, particularly here in New Zealand. I know overseas it's not as expensive, but these bad boys, they are quite expensive. I will double check the price for you so you guys can kind of see how much we have to pay in little old New Zealand. So in New Zealand, these foundations retail for $60, and that is without the pump also, which, yeah, a little bit more expensive. I don't mind paying for a good foundation though, as long as it works and it lasts a decent amount of time. All in all, this is a really great foundation. I would definitely recommend it if you prefer more of a medium to fuller coverage. Also, if you like more of that mattified look on the skin as well, just because it is more of a matte foundation. And like I said, guys, you can wear it as less coverage if you want to with a moisturizer too. I would give this a really high recommendation just because it is amazing on the skin. Only thing is, I've got to be really careful with dryness, so if you are drier or normal skin, be careful, test it out first, just make sure it suits your skin, because they do have amazing other foundations as well. And today we are going to be comparing it to the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This one here, as the name states, it is a drop foundation, so you can see there it is one that you would just drop onto your hands, like, oh, I didn't pick up much foundation, which I will in a second just to swatch it to you guys. But it is a dropper foundation, so very easy to control, easy to maintain. 2 drops for this foundation will give you a more BB lightweight look, so just perfecting those imperfections and toning the skin. 4 drops is going to a medium to full coverage, 5 drops is a full coverage. I use this very frequently, so with my shade, I am shade 3 out of them. And then also, just to let you guys know, with the MAC foundations, I am NW10. Yep, I'm pasty as heck. So with this foundation, in comparison, you can literally wear it for absolutely any coverage at all, which is so handy. I love the fact that you can wear it day, night, fresh, full, just everything it covers, which is awesome. With this foundation, it's more of a soft matte finish, so I would say on myself and on people I use it on quite frequently. It is definitely more velvety on the skin, so it doesn't feel as drying, which is really great. Does also oil control for those people that are a little bit more oily combination, which is why it is a soft matte finish. So it literally suits anyone from drier to oily combination. If you are extremely dry on the skin, definitely still put on a nice hydrating moisturizer because you need it. You know, you can't do anything about it unfortunately, but keep your skin hydrated with skincare as well. So with this foundation you can do any type of finish. Not any type of finish. What am I talking about? Any type of coverage. It's been a long day for me, guys, just excuse me. I've been adulting all day and doing all my bills and organising things, and just one of those fun days. So with this foundation, it is definitely my favourite out of the two, just because I can wear it no matter where my skin is at. So if I'm super dry, which I'm sure if you guys follow me you'll know that I have very bad psoriasis through my hairline. I can get it around my ears and sometimes it goes onto my cheeks as well. If you're new here, hey, I do have psoriasis, which is very dry skin. It does go through my hairline and it basically looks like horrendous dandruff, but it actually can hurt. So I've got to be really careful what I use personally with my combination skin. This works an absolute treat. Like, this is so nice. Out of the two, I do find that the Studio Fix fluid lasts a little bit longer on the skin compared to the Total Control Drop foundation. So for everyday wear, this is perfect. I don't have to touch up my skin at all. I'm super lazy with makeup. When I put it on, I don't want to touch up at all. That's it. I'll touch up a lip on a rare occasion and that's about it. So with this foundation, it works amazing for daytime, but if I'm going out for dinner afterwards, I will have to powder my nose a little bit because it's not as mattifying. Whereas with the Studio Fix fluid, this one here is like glue on your face, so I find that I don't have to touch up with this one at all because it does suck out that hydration of the skin a little bit more. So depending on what you guys like, less hydration, slightly more hydration, slightly less longer lasting, super long lasting. So with the two, I really like this one here for my daily foundation. Honestly, it feels so nice. It's water based, so it won't cause any blemishes as well, which is awesome. And then if I show you guys the coverage compared to, I won't put as much on, but oh, can you see it? Yeah, so right here you can see you still get the same kind of coverage, which is really nice. Obviously they're both the same color, you know, I've got to have my right foundation out of them, but with the two it's a lot more watery, so a little tiny amount goes an extremely crazy long way. Like, even for myself, and you can see I love my full coverage, I don't need 5 drops. Generally I go for about 4 maximum for a really full coverage day, which it's a slightly smaller bottle, but it lasts a blimmin' long time. So with this one here you get 13 mils, with this one here you get 30 mils. So out of the two, this is basically double or slightly over double. This one here is a little bit smaller, but price wise as well, this one here retails in stores in New Zealand for $24.95 in the NYX boutique. So it's so much cheaper. Like, all in all, you'd get a lot more out of this one here. Personally, out of the two, I find that this one here maybe lasts me 2 months, if that. This one here has been going strong. As you can see, it's almost empty at the moment, but this one here would be going for about 4 months. Yeah, coming up to 4 months. So longer lasting because it's very pigmented. I find that the pigment in this one here is stronger than the pigment in this one, but it is thicker consistency, this one here. So a lot of people may find that they don't feel like they're using as much, but it's probably because you're not using this one correctly. I've just turned the lights on above us because it is so dark here at the moment. It's literally only 4:30 p.m. as well, but daylight savings, I need you. It makes it so hard to film as well because I work 5 days a week managing the store I manage, and then with like daylight savings not being here, it's so hard to find time to film when it actually works. Anyway, let's get back to the foundations. Another bonus with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid is that it does have SPF 15 in it, so it does have minimal sun protection in it. Just a motorbike heading past my house, you know. It does have minimal sun protection in it, whereas the NYX Total Control Drop foundation, it does not unfortunately have sun protection. Personally, out of the two, I love this for my daily foundation. If I'm out and about for the day though, I do find I have to put sunscreen underneath it. If I am using a foundation for weekend long wear, like nighttime-ish, like going out, you know, I would wear this foundation here because it is like glue on your face, as I said before. So really great things about the two of them. Personally, daytime foundation fave, this one here. NYX is a winner. For a nighttime or long wear foundation, the MAC Studio Fix Fluid can't beat it as well. They have really great qualities about them, and then other ones that aren't as good as the other. So NYX foundation, great for all coverage. You can use it for light, medium or full coverage. Soft velvety finish, so it is a soft matte. Really nice for soft oil control, but it doesn't dehydrate or dry the skin out, which is awesome. Really great for daily wear. You do have to slightly touch up, which I think that's normal for foundations anyway. So if you do like this, you can definitely wear for long wear and nighttime wear as well. You just may have to touch up the T-zone slightly if you are a little bit more oilier. I just feel it's so comfortable when I wear it. Like, I don't really feel like I've got much foundation on, which I love that for daily wear. I want to be able to look nice and glam for work because I work as a makeup artist, but I don't want to feel like I've got a cake on my face. So this is my favourite for daily wear. And then for nighttime wear, I really like the Studio Fix Fluid just because it does really help my shine. It does really help it last all night because it's like glued onto my face. Personally, I can't wear this for everyday wear comfortably because it is slightly thicker and it is a bit more mattifying on the skin. Me being combination, I feel like it is a little bit too drying for an everyday look for me. So full to medium coverage, really buildable. Like I said, you can definitely wear it as a BB type look as well. Just mix it with some moisturizer. It is a matte foundation, so best for oily combination skin. If you have normal skin and you really like matte foundation, good go-to as well. And slightly thicker on the skin, so you can see there, you can tell that you've got makeup on a little bit more, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just personal preference. So both foundations are winners. They're both really amazing and I love them for different reasons. I honestly can't say that there is a winner between the two because they're both winners for different occasions. So daytime wear, nighttime wear, really good for easy wearable like soft foundation, and then really good for a thicker full glam look as well. So both are amazing. And yeah, that is my final verdict for the two foundations versing each other. I really liked wearing these two to trial them out and make sure I could give you guys all of the information properly, because this used to be my go-to favourite, so I needed to test it out again and see if I still really liked it. Also with the MAC foundations, you can do back to MAC, so if you take 6 full-size products back to MAC together at once, you can swap it for a lippy or in some cases an eyeshadow as well out of the top colours, so depending what country or location you're in. And then NYX is just so affordable, it's amazing. So slightly more pricey but really good. Then you've got your more affordable alternative, and again really good. So both of them are great depending on your price budget and what you're looking for in a foundation. Anyway, if you guys really enjoyed this video, like I said earlier, I would appreciate so much if you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you would like me to compare any other foundations, lip products, just anything you can think of, leave a comment and let me know, because I love doing things like this. This is like my favourite type of video to film. Testing out foundations, testing out lipsticks, anything you can think of, and just finding the best what would you call it? Best bang for your buck? I don't know. Best product for what you're spending. You know me, I just make stuff up all the time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!